Hello everyone. Welcome to the Creative Metaphysical Store. As you could see, just, I blah 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 blah. I cut my hair. I actually shaved it all off, and I'm going to shave it off one more time, so it gets about like a little bit thicker. I'm actually going to shave it so I have the all the residual energy gone. Just one more time. Um, but this was a ritual that I got guided to do by my ancestors. I feel like, to me, hair has always felt to me like the recorder of all of your memories, all of like your programs. So a long time ago, this is like not a long time ago, but just a long time ago, I had said to myself that one of these days I'm going to cut off my hair, all of it completely, just to completely cut the cords with my mother and my father, my family, and my adopted family, and everything that's happened in my life up until that point. And I said to myself, when that happens, I also know that I'm ready for change. And it's funny because every time I was going to get ready to do it, I'd back out. So therefore, it reinforced the um, the comfort zone, and because the brain, if you say, "Oh, I'm going to meditate tomorrow," right? Well, the brain knows that then that you aren't ready for change, and so um, it's just like such a beautiful like experience I'm having so far. A lot of residual energy is coming up, but I feel like after the Venus comes back to it stops being in retrograde, I think it'll come back in full force. So um I wanted to do a video like I said, I'm doing a Greek and Roman deities episodes. So it's gonna have the Greek first, then we're gonna do the Roman. Now, so this is based off my own research. Nobody's perfect. This is for you to intuitively pick and choose what you feel that is right and what you feel is wrong. Now, this is information, and part of it's from experience, and part of it's because I do work with the Greek and Roman deities amongst other pantheons. So I did do research. I actually researched into why metis was swallowed, but we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, so this is for you to learn a little bit about them. I will be giving some rituals that I got from Hera. Some of them are from Zeus, and some of them are from Metis as well. So, first off, Zeus's first wife was Metis. And apparently, it was prophesied that the first son of Zeus would overthrow. Um, After he killed Kronos, he married Metis. The Metis was the goddess of counsel, and I find it interesting that she was swallowed. Right now, apparently, it was prophesied that Metis would have a son and a daughter. And apparently, um, this is while she was pregnant, from what I could track down. And so he basically tricked her to turn into a fly, and he ate her, right? And I found that very interesting. Why would you swallow? If you were looking at this from an archetypal energetic concept, like a concept of thought, why would you swallow counsel in the sense of like swallowing it to devour it and end its life? You know what I'm saying? But apparently, what ended up happening was I read a story online. I couldn't fit it on this page, but I'll tell you about the video. Um, that while she was trapped in Zeus's, I guess, mind, um, metis, I think the son died. In order, I think the son died in order for Athena to live, according to what I remember reading. Or at least that's how that particular version went. And I think in the story he willingly said, "Mother, kill me and use me to forge." Um, so I found that very interesting, but I don't know if that happened. Again, myth these tales don't necessarily are all truth. There are many different versions of the story, so do not take the stories I give you with just take them with a grain of salt, and it's up to you to go and search and do your own research. But from what I read is that the son died and somehow she made this armor. I don't know if I believe it was from what I read. According to what I read, it was used from the body of the boy, and she used the last ounce of her strength. And Zeus was always plagued with these like headaches, splitting headaches, because she was create forging. Now, if you for armor weapons for her daughter. Now, Zeus, because he was immortal, he asked Hephaestus to basically hammer his head to open it up and pull out whatever came through, whatever was making him have a headache. So instead of Hephaestus pulling out Athena, she actually emerged from Zeus's head, fully clothed, dressed in armor. Now, to give you a little bit about her, I was going to do a video for her separately. Athena is the goddess of warfare, wisdom, and handicraft. I thought was interesting. Um, so apparently, that's all there is for the first goddess, which first wife of Zeus, Metis, the goddess of counsel. Now, if I had to look at it from a thought perception, I would say by her being tricked, um, and being swallowed, I feel like, as the goddess of counsel, um, so it could symbolize like false counsel or falsehood and lies, right? But it could also, got to think about it, at the end result, Athena was born from the head. So I would, in this case, if I was looking at it from an energetic perspective, it would represent being born, thoughts of being born, and in this case, be wisdom, battle strategy, warfare, and also handicraft. So that's what I gotta say. Like, I think if I had to look at it from an energetic perspective, it'd be symbolic. But um, so anyway, so the next thing I want to talk about is the second wife of Hera, second wife of Zeus, Hera. She's the goddess of marriage, and she's also the deity that watches over women and the welfare of women and children. And she was often prayed to protect the mother and child during childbirth. And she's also a patron of woman's childbirth. Now, Zeus. Last thing we're going to talk about is Zeus, and then we're going to give you some rituals. So Zeus was the god of the sky, obviously lightning and thunder, ruler of the heavens, not patron, protector and father of all the gods and humans, right? He was also the god of good hospitality, and he often disguised himself to test mortals and their hospitality. And I also read somewhere that Hermes would work. He would send Hermes out to make sure that the people, making sure that they were giving good hospitality to foreigners and strangers. Now, here comes the fun part. I asked for some rituals that people could do to use their energy very well. And one of the things that was shown to me by Hera was that If during childbirth, if they were to place the statue of facing the mother while she's in childbirth, and you did the statue of Hera right in front of her while she's giving childbirth, and then pray and leave a proper offering, I feel I could that could be a way to invoke her energy during childbirth. Have a Hera statue during a marriage. So you could have that uh, as a and to be over to oversee the marriage, as well as um, for Metis, as she was the goddess of counsel. You could have her statue in a count if you're a counselor in a counselor's room. If you're seeking counsel, mental counseling or stuff, you could have her statue there to help with the healing and the counseling. But if you're someone who's like a battle tactician, war strategy, if you had the goddess of Athena and the goddess Metis with you in that room, um, you could invoke the I want to say inspiration that they would help you create the best council as well as the best battle strategies for that council to console them on what's best do. Council Metis, and what I'm getting from her just now, it just was like she's also she watches tends to those who give counsel. That would be the king's advisor or the royal magician who gave counsel and divine. So it was like that's how you would use the goddess Metis and her energy. So you could have a statue in the advisory room. Um, if you're like just wanting it for the home, and you could have a statue of Hestia and Metis, and pray to both that they would keep good counsel. That those that come in would be good counsel. What I was going to say with this, it's when when say you have an argument, you could have the statue of Metis to help reconcile and counsel you guys both to um counsel, come back together. Like, okay, I'm sorry, here, let's do this. And so you could use those two statutes. Now, another thing I saw from Zeus, because he's also in his Jupiter aspect, he's also considered to be a god of wealth, I believe. Some traditions. Now, a lot of times, from what I've always known, though, is that he's more that it's more Pluto, Tyche, Fortuna. Those are gods of wealth. But in some beliefs, the planet Jupiter is to be the planet of wealth or the expansion of wealth, the world card, the world energy. So I truly believe he does have that aspect of wealth, especially in his Roman form or Roman aspect, Jupiter. So how I saw it was a statue of Zeus, or Jupiter, depending on your preference, and I saw a statue by the front door of your house to um, invoke good hospitality, or to um, I saw it like right next to the front door. I don't know if you would have it. I saw two different versions. She was popping into my head when I was asking for this. One, if you're wanting to invoke good hospitality in your home to make sure that the place is full of good hospitality, or if you're wanting to invite hospitality to you, it'd be outdoors. But if you want the statue indoors, that's more for making sure the home provides that energy of good hospitality to make sure everyone's hospitable, not hostile, but hospitable. You see what I'm getting at? Now you would most likely pair that with a statue of Hestia. Because Hestia is the goddess of the home, so you want to work with her and um, Zeus on that. Now, if it's a married couple, I'd recommend using both the statue of Zeus and Hera with the Hestia statue to work with that, keeping the place very hospitable, very nice, very cheerful, and the marriage to be very hospitable, very, connected. Um, Now, if you were trying to bring in good hospitality or trying to like invite good things to your home, you'd have the statue of Zeus right next to. Um, if this is for like your business, if depending on if your business is from your home or if you got a storefront. But like if you're wanting to bring in um, customers, but also like good hospitable customers that pay you money, you'd have the statue outside, right there with the door open. So he's watching over it. Now I saw it a statue in a bowl of rice, kind of like standing up in the bowl, and there's a bowl of rice, and there's some coins and stuff, and then there was a bowl with fruits, and so you could do an offering and ask that, oh, hey Jupiter, business has been slow, can you bring in some wealth and good hospitable customers, you know, so and then that maybe that day or a few days from now, boom, you start getting customers. So you could do that. That's what I got from all of them. I hope that this video was informative. I know that these rituals, they aren't. I didn't get the rituals specifically from a book. I got it directly from them, and I tried my best to explain them as best I could. But I hope you understood what I was trying to convey as well. Now, I wish you guys all the best of luck on your journey, and I will see you next time. But kisses, hugs, and loves to all of you beautiful souls. Magical blessings. Know that you're powerful shamans, warriors, healers. You're all that in a bag of chips. Magical blessings, and bye for now.